This is a seminar for redevelopment of the housing societies. Of course, for housing societies, the most important is the bylaws. Bylaws are like Gita today, and unless we follow the provisions of the bylaws, we will not able to succeed in our redevelopment process. And most of the societies I observed that office bearers are not following these bylaws and then getting into problem in the middle road of the redevelopment. What are the bylaws? The bylaws are framed within the provisions of the Act. They have to be within the provisions of the Act and rules, and bylaws should not contradict any provisions of the Act and rules. And for us in Maharashtra, the Act and rules which is prevailing is a Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act 1960 and Rules 1960 thereunder. So your bylaws provisions should be is framed such a way that they do not contradict any provision of the Act and rules of the MCH Act and rules. Act and rules prevail over bylaws in case of any dispute. When there is a dispute about any provision of the bylaws, Act and rules, they prevail over the provision of the bylaws, because Act and rules are the laws, bylaws are not the laws. As it says by, that means bylaws are side laws. Now bylaws include, when we frame the bylaws, they should include the objects of the society. What are the objects of the society? Should be main feature of the bylaws. It should also completely define and restrict the society's activities. What will be the activities of the society should be defined in the bylaws. However, the rights and liabilities are determined by the Act and rules and not by the provision of the bylaws as such. Each society is registered with the bylaw. You have to have your bylaws when you go for a registration of your society. Bylaws are for internal management of the society. This is important. The bylaws are for the internal management of the society, and bylaws are required to be duly approved by the Registrar of Cooperative Societies. Nowadays, the new bylaws have come 2014, and many societies say that yes, we have approved it in the general body, but that is not enough. Unless they are approved by the registrar, submitting to the registrar, they are approved by him under his signature and seal, then only the provisions of those bylaws become applicable to the society. And this is very important. 80% of the societies are forgetting to submit their approved bylaws to the registrar within the specified time, that is 2 months from the date of approval of special general body. So, unless it is approved by the registrar under the signature and seal, the bylaws provisions are not applicable to the society. The bylaws constitute the contract between member and the society. When member approve the provisions of the bylaws, they approve that yes, this is the contract between society and me. The housing society bylaws are prepared and issued from time to time by the government. As per section 2, the 16 provision of the section 2 of MCH Act 1960, housing society is defined as under. Well, there are different types of housing societies. Objects of which to provide member with open plots for housing, dwelling houses or flats. Then 2, dwelling houses or flats which are already acquired to provide to its members. and to provide its members common amenities and services in those acquired plots or the buildings. Now, types of the societies. One is a flat owners type society. The society which is formed by different purchasers of residential tenements under MOFA 1963. When the builder constructs a building and the flats are purchased by the different purchasers and thereafter they come together and form a society, it's called flat owner society. And that is why in their registration there is the written TC, tenant cooperative. Open plot society. Open plot society is a society formed by a group of individuals with the objective of acquiring a plot of land for constructing tenements thereof. There are certain societies where the land is purchased by a society and thereafter the different plots are made and they are allotted to the members for construction of their own house on those plots. So they are called open plot societies. That is why in their registration TO is written, that is tenant ownership. Third is tenant society. A society formed by the tenants of the building with the objective of acquiring the plot of land with an old building thereon from the landlord. There are in South Mumbai, there are many buildings which are being resided by the tenants and they form their own societies. Of course, that society has to be formed with the permission from the landlord, and such societies are called tenant societies. Then housing board society. Housing board also constructs buildings. The plots are allotted to the different purchasers and the society is formed, so that is called housing board society. And that society also wants to acquire the land with the building from the board. Then premises society. The premises societies is where there are units which are purchased by the different purchasers for the commercial or industrial use under MOFA Act 1960. So these are the different type of societies. Now types of bylaws. There are three types of bylaws. One is bylaws for open plot society. Second is bylaws for flat owner societies. And third is bylaws for premises societies. Now first housing society was formed around in the year 1912 in Mumbai, Talim Ki Wadi. The society was registered under Societies Registration Act 1860 with bylaws framed by the society's experts. That time there were no model bylaws. Then first model bylaws were prepared by the government in the year 1984. Thereafter the model bylaws were revised from time to time in the year 2001, then in the year 2009 and now in the year 2014. Bylaws are to be made considering the nature and requirement of different type of society, and that is why there are these three different type of societies, because these three different type of societies have different objectives. Now bylaws are prepared by the cooperative department of the government in consultation with the housing federations and experts or activists in the cooperative housing movement. While making up the bylaws of this type of societies, the objects and activities of different type of societies must be considered. Like flat owner societies, objective is to get conveyance of the land and building from the builder and the landlord. Whereas in the tenant ownership societies, the land is already purchased, so the conveyance is already with the society. So they have different objects. So those objects to be considered while preparing the bylaws. The bylaws must also provide the maintenance and administration of each type of the society, because after the society is formed, the flats are acquired, they are required to be maintained, discipline is to be maintained, it is to be administered also. So all these should be provided in the bylaws. The bylaws require to be updated and improvised with the passage of time and general conditions. That is why there were different type of model bylaws were framed from time to time. The society have to adopt latest model bylaws whenever it is published following the due procedure as per the Act. There is a procedure given, section 12 and 13 of the Act, what the procedure should be followed for adoption of new model bylaws, and that procedure to be followed and get those bylaws approved by the registrar of cooperative societies under his signature and seal, so that the provisions of those bylaws can be enacted within your society. The society has to follow the prescribed procedure for carrying out the process of adoption of the bylaws, which I told you now. Provisions of the bylaws are applicable only after it is approved by the registrar of cooperative societies under his seal and signature.